Hello and welcome. In today's episode, we're going to do another sustainable item. We're going to make some bowl cozies. This is an extra large one or a large one if it's a 12-inch bowl. But today we're going to make the typical one that fits the 6-inch bowls. In the description below, I will list the 3 measurements that I have and how you have to cut them and sew them together. So be sure to check that out if you want to make the 3 different sizes. So let's get started. It's very simple. Just create with fabric and floss. You don't need much material. For the small ones, a good 10-inch pack of fabric would be great to make these. So you just cut your fabric at 10 inches. You'll need 2 pieces of fabric per bowl. This one I'm using the same fabric, but as you can see, you can make them with 2 fabrics, and then they're reversible. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of batting the same size. So why not jump right in? Also, other items that you're going to need is a marking utensil. I like to use the disappearing ink. You can use some chalk, the water-soluble pen, or your friction pens. And you're also going to need some wonder clips. And then you're going to need a smaller ruler. If you're going to make these for the microwave, you need to make sure that you're using 100% cotton fabric, 100% cotton batting, and 100% cotton thread. If you're going to use something that has metallic in it, or rayon, polyester, it will catch on fire, so you can't put that in the microwave, but you can use it as a bowl cozy or bowl warmer, just to keep things warm or protect your hands. You just cannot microwave it. So the first step that we're going to do is pin, and here's where you can just use regular pins, your fabric to your batting, and I just like to come in and pin in the center of each side. You could also use your wonder clips if you want. All you're doing is holding your fabric together while we make the first couple stitches. And what you're going to do is go and you're going to sew an X from corner to corner on both pieces, attaching your fabric to your batting. This fabric is cut at 10 inches. If you want it a little snugger, you can also cut it at 9.5 inches. One thing, if your sewing machine cannot handle going through all of the layers, you can cut your batting to 9.5 and leave your fabric at 10 inches and still do the X. Obviously your fabric's going to be longer. You'll still do the X, but it leaves some space for your batting to keep it less bulky. Now we're going to go sew the X on both pieces. And what I like to do is just chain piece them. You can draw a line from corner to corner if you don't think you can draw or stitch it very straight. You can use contrasting thread or thread that blends in. I'm using red thread for this one. Next, we're going to fold our pieces in half with the right sides in and the batting facing up. We're going to take our small ruler and our marking utensil, and we're going to measure from the fold. You're going to measure 1 inch over, 2 inches down, and then you're going to just draw a line because you're going to sew on that line. You need to also do that at the bottom, so you're going to do it on both pieces. You can pin your piece together when you fold it. I just kind of like to pin it right at the corners. It kind of just helps hold everything together when you're doing this step. So you fold it in half. We're going to mark 1 inch and 2 inches down on the fold. 1 inch across, 2 inches down. The measurements will be down in the description. And then you're just going to go sew on that line, on all 4 lines. So when I stitch along the line, I do give it a little back stitch at the beginning and the end just to help hold them together. So now we're going to cut off the excess at an 1/8 of an inch. And that just helps with the bulk, to have less bulk. Then what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. We're going to make sure these darts are lined up. So I just give them a little pin. And then I pin the corners once again. And it's just help holding things together. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to mark in 1 inch from the corner, 2 inches down. Draw our line. And then sew it. And then snip it. We give these a little trim. And now we're going to just open them up. And it should kind of look like a little bowl. And we're going to put right sides together. You're going to match up your corners. And make sure to match up your darts. And you're going to leave about a 3-inch opening or so to turn these. So what I like to do is I will start at just in the middle of one of the things between the dart and the corner, and then in between the other, so I'll leave that space open. And you're going to just sew about 1/4 of an inch to a 3/8 of an inch all the way around. And even though I'm leaving this one open, I'm going to still clip it because it helps hold everything still in place. And I backstitch in the beginning and the end. Now we're going to take it back to your workstation, or you can do it right here. You're just going to clip your corners, turn it around through that opening, and make sure that you're pushing your corners through really good. You can use an awl or a pushing stick, anything to help get them through. Then you're going to fold under, you can press it if you would like, and clip your opening closed, making sure to line up your darts. And then we're going to give it a top stitch all the way around. You can put as many clips in as you need. And I like to kind of roll where the darts are in the middle to kind of help lay them a little flatter. If your sewing machine isn't going through this bulk, be sure to trim it back a little bit to the 1/8 of an inch so it will go through. And now we're just going to top stitch all the way around. And there is the bowl cozy. And you can see where it holds the bowl. If you put ice cream in here, it protects your hands from getting cold as well. This one we can microwave, but once again, if you're using polyester, rayon, or anything with metallic, make sure that you mark it somehow that it is not a microwavable safe warmer.